This is everything you need to know about the upcoming Kingdom Hearts collection. Yes, our Kingdom Hearts drought is finally over as we got two massive announcements. The first being that the Kingdom Hearts series will be making its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. I'll be saving my full Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer thoughts for the next video, but I wanted to focus my attention on the newest Kingdom Hearts collection, as it will be the first time the series is available natively. While Kingdom Hearts has been on Switch, it has been through the cloud versions, where you can only play the game if you had your console connected to the internet at all times, which kind of defeats the purpose of bringing the series to the Nintendo Switch, considering its entire thing is its portability. This is something Nintendo and Kingdom Hearts fans have wanted for so long. Playing an action game like Kingdom Hearts was not a solid experience on the cloud. You'd deal with lag, internet disconnections, and just not landing your combos as you'd want to. But now, it's finally making its way with full native ports, no internet connection required to play. And there's a lot surrounding this port that I wanted to mention. They also released a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop, so I wanted to give it a go and give it my first impressions. How does Kingdom Hearts run on this? Is it good? Is it bad? Oh man, there's a lot to unpack here. But before I get into it, let me know in the comment section below. Are you going to be getting the Kingdom Hearts 1 to 3 collection? Or are you skipping out on this one since you probably own the games a million times over? I'll likely be double dipping. Is it even called double dipping at this point? Like when you do it this often? 6 times, 7 times? Anyway. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. The next era of Kingdom Hearts is here and you don't want to miss a single moment. For starters, every Kingdom Hearts game is making its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. All the games from 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and Kingdom Hearts 3 will be together in a single package. It's a wonderful item to have to introduce new people into the series. Not having to worry about buying multiple games at once definitely makes the series more digestible. With that being said, they have also removed the cloud version from the eShop. From this day forward, you can no longer purchase this version of the game anymore. If you own the game, you can still boot it up to your heart's content, but if you were really kicking to try out that cloud version, it's a part of lost media now. And thank goodness, rest in peace, bozo. Although if you own the cloud versions, it looks like you'll be getting a 50% discount for getting the native versions. And I mean, this feels a little grimy to me. I kind of wish they just gave you the native version for free for being an early adopter, or at least just made the upgrade cost a few bucks. Those who got the cloud version only got that version because they didn't really have another choice. I fully trust they would have gotten the native during their first time buying instead of the cloud. I don't know, it just feels a little sneaky to do it this way. Still, there is a discount for those looking to take the dive. Fortunately, you can also carry your save over from the cloud version to the native version, so this is a nice little extra bonus. They also have a few different purchasing options. You can buy 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, and 3 separately for $39.99 each, or you can buy the full collection for a whopping $74.99. And damn, that is a steep price out of the gate. I mean, I get it, it's the first time the series is on the Switch like this, and there's a ton of content behind all of these games. I'm not making the argument that all of these games are not worth the price, since they definitely are. Rather, I think that price might scare some people away from a first impressions perspective. In my opinion, the right thing to do would be to wait for a sale. Square Enix games always go on sale, and I know they want to do Kingdom Hearts well. I'd give it a few months before the collection goes on sale, but I imagine it wouldn't take too long. Heck, Final Fantasy VII Remake has been on Nintendo Switch 2 for a few months now, and I've seen that game get so many different discounts, it's crazy. If you don't want to spend the money, totally wait for a sale. Although a neat part about all this that was completely swept under the rug, while the entire Kingdom Hearts series will be coming to Switch 2, they also announced that 1.5 and 2.5 will be coming to Nintendo Switch 1. And honestly, I think that's perfect. You get Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep all packed with tons of content. And it's the perfect intro experience to bring you into Kingdom Hearts. Like, nothing is going to bring you into the series if these games can't do it. Ultimately, I think this is a great opportunity for Square Enix. The Switch 1 has a much larger install base than the Switch 2, so it makes sense for them to want to capitalize on that as much as possible. And it's been a debate for a while of how they would even get Kingdom Hearts 3 to run, as that game is much more graphically demanding than the older ones. And the answer to that question is to not get it to run on the Switch 1 at all. Still, it's good Switch 1 owners are getting some love in all of this. Also, they introduced us to a new Keyblade. So every version of Kingdom Hearts 3 has a different Keyblade to represent their consoles. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo Switch all have their own versions. But for the Switch 2, we get a new take on this. This time, you'll get the Long Night Keyblade, looking similar in design to the other Keyblades, but this time replacing the colors with this clean black and red design. This one almost looks like it could belong to King Mickey. It's not in the demo, so I couldn't get any footage of it, but I got all this information from the press release sent by Square Enix. On top of releasing for Switch 2, the Kingdom Hearts collection will be available on every other platform. Now, this is really nice since I know a lot of people wanted Kingdom Hearts 3 on their PlayStation 5. So now we actually have a full version of that, which is pretty dope. Now, it is important to mention that the physical version of the game is a game key. For those of you who don't know, certain Switch 2 cartridges are labeled with this game key icon. What this means is that when you put the cartridge into your Switch 2, it will begin downloading the game from the eShop. You'll still need an active connection to download the game, but once it's downloaded, you can take it anywhere, unlike the cloud version. The issue with this is that the game itself isn't actually on the cartridge. It just opens up the download link from the shop, never actually installing anything from the cartridge itself. Now, this is beneficial to the developers of the game, as it makes it much easier to push out their games without having to worry about cartridge sizes. But physical game collectors are taking a massive L in this situation, making game keys somewhat of a hollow physical gaming experience for those who collect. You'll still get a neat Kingdom Hearts box art, but the game key is still just a game key. It's still better than the cloud version, but it's ultimately still just a digital copy. And oh my god, it's 131 gigabytes. While this does sound massive, and it is for Nintendo Switch 2, it's still a lot of game to get through. Like, I understand it's a lot of content, but holy crap, reading that number just made my heart stop a little bit. For context, the internal storage for the Nintendo Switch 2 is 256. Kingdom Hearts would take up more than half of that all on its own. You'll likely need a huge SD card to fit all that material on here. I imagine when you install the game, they are separated as 3 different packages, so you can pick and choose which ones you want to install first, and likely I'll be deleting games to make space for the next one. Just be ready for those looking to make the purchase, it will consume your space. Then there's the cover art for this collection, showing a bunch of different references to various Kingdom Hearts games. You got Mickey in the back with the Kingdom Key D, then there's the worlds like Castle Oblivion, The Final World, Twilight Town, and if you look closely, Donald has 5 fingers in one hand, but then he has 4 fingers in another? Wait. Why does Sora's hand look like this? Why is that hand basically the exact same pose as Goofy's? Why is Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 basically the same? Why is Sora's elbows off here? Why does Sora have squares on his shoes instead of crowns? Oh, so while this isn't a confirmation, it looks like this cover art was made with AI. Just the overall look and the inconsistencies in the designs, it's really strange. Certain character palms look awkward and it just seems randomly generated, which would be incredibly disappointing because Nomura art is something I look forward to. It's a treat when there's something new drawn from him, and to see all that work put on the screen. But this, something feels incredibly off about it. I wonder if Square Enix is going to say anything about this, because this is AI messing with Kingdom Hearts. AI in gaming is a deal breaker for a lot, and while I don't know for sure if it was AI or not, this doesn't feel like the level of quality I'm used to with the Kingdom Hearts series art. Would this be a deal breaker for you? Let me know. Now let's talk about this Kingdom Hearts 3 demo on the Nintendo Switch 2. I've played the game both on handheld and on dock to give you my full impressions. And there's actually a lot to unpack in this demo from a newcomer's perspective. For starters, Critical Mode, the series' hardest difficulty, is available right from the jump. This means Kingdom Hearts has the opportunity to feed you the hands. Kingdom Hearts 3 in particular released without Critical Mode when it launched, so the overall perception of the game was that it was too easy. It wasn't until Critical Mode came out later that people were able to test out their skills. So to see Kingdom Hearts giving the hardest difficulty in the demo is a huge deal. This might be enough for people to sit up and see Kingdom Hearts as a legit difficult action game. Critical Mode is tough, it will humble you. There's also the introduction of sound settings where you can adjust the volume of various music, voices, and more to your heart's content. Now, I made a video a long time ago talking about how big of a deal this is for the PC version of the game, as muting the game music in favor of your own can make for a fun replay experience. This feature has only been on the PC version, so it's dope to see its console jump. As for the demo's content, there's actually a lot of game to chew on. There's 2 different sections of the game. The first starts off with the dive to the heart as you pick your skills, and it progresses all the way until the Rock Titan fight. I'm ultimately grateful that they went with starting with the dive to the heart. As for newcomers, it's a great way to get the tone of Kingdom Hearts early. You could have jumped right into the Disney action, but they went with the slow opening instead. You also get access to the Pro and Easy codes, showing the remind content you have available to you, where they can make the game more easy or difficult depending on the modifiers you choose, and you can use them for your playthrough, which is pretty dope. Then there's the Toy Box world, where it starts at the intro and ends when you defeat the doll inside of the toy store. Toy Box, though, gives you a lot more opportunities for the gameplay, giving you Ever After and Happy Gear much earlier than you normally would, giving you access to these Keyblade transformations. Overall, there's a lot of content for this free demo, maybe consisting of 2 to 3 hours of content depending on if you watch the cutscenes or not. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How does Kingdom Hearts 3 perform on the Nintendo Switch 2? Well, for starters, the buttons definitely took a bit to get used to. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts through a PlayStation layout for my entire life, and for this controller scheme, they basically switched the circle and X button around. There's so many times where I would just miss input because I was fighting my own muscle memory. When you learn to do something a certain way for so long, it's hard to unlearn that motion. Now, I couldn't find anything within the actual game setting to change this, but fortunately the Switch 2 does have an option for this. Deep within the controller settings, you have the ability to switch the A and the B buttons. And just like that, normal Kingdom Hearts gameplay was back in my hands. While not the biggest deal in the world, Kingdom Hearts purists might have a hard time if they don't switch it up. As for the game's performance, it's important to mention that I'm only talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. It's the only one they have a demo for, so I'm not really sure how the other ones will perform in comparison. It's also the most graphically demanding game in the series, so it makes sense for people to try out the demo to feel out the scope of it. Now, the best way I can describe Kingdom Hearts 3 on Switch 2 as if it were a slightly worse version than the PlayStation 4. The game attempts to hit 60 frames per second, but struggles to get close to that height, as it looks like the frame rate lands closer to 40 to 45 frames. It feels much smoother than 30 frames, but definitely is not reaching 60 frames that often. Of course, the game struggles even more when there's a lot of enemies on screen. Kingdom Hearts is a game where a lot of flashy things happen at the same time. You really feel those chugs when the game starts to get real explosive. On the other hand, the game is very smooth when inside of interior locations. When battling enemies inside of the toy box, I found the frame rate to be way more stable. And it probably has a lot to do with the lighting of this game, where outside is a lot more demanding on the hardware when compared to being inside. And the resolution is a bit off here, looking closer to 900p when compared to the usual 1080p. The lighting is a bit off, and sometimes shadows aren't as clear as they should be. And characters have their colors washed out way more than any of the other versions. The colors from Donald and Goofy especially seem to take the biggest hit. I've also played the PC version of the game a lot, so I'm used to a near flawless experience. But the chugs and light graphical changes do not hinder the gameplay experience. I'm still able to perfectly perform all of my dodges and blocks as my inputs demand. This port reminds me a lot of the Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2 in terms of quality, where it's a bit weaker than the normal versions, but it gets the job done for those looking to play. It will be interesting to see how the game runs during the more graphically demanding sections. I am worried a little bit to see how the game performs during the Caribbean section, but we'll see. But truth be told, a lot of these experiences that I've listed are mainly surrounding the docked experience. A lot of these issues go away when playing the game in handheld. The smaller screen and the resolution go hand in hand for a more solid experience, even making the game look more like the PlayStation 4 version in action. In my opinion, handheld is the best way to experience this game. You don't really notice the smaller graphical blemishes nearly as much, and the performance is way more consistent. And the fact that it's portable on top of that makes for a real special Kingdom Hearts experience. I see myself playing handheld the entire way through. The way the colors just pop off the screen, way more vibrant than the TV experience. And the release date for this collection is October 8th, 2026, giving us just a few months till we get it in our hands. As a lifelong Nintendo fan, this has been an absolute dream come true to see this happen. I'm really interested to see how 1.5 and 2.5 is going to run on the first Switch. Hopefully the damn thing won't explode on the spot. If there's anything less than 60 frames for those games, I'm going to be a little annoyed. But this is everything you need to know about the Kingdom Hearts collections. It's so nice for Kingdom Hearts to finally get something after all this time. While it is a collection of a game I own a million copies of, this port isn't about me. It's about all the new Kingdom Hearts fans that will flourish on Switch 2. A new generation of gamers who will fall in love with Sora the same way I have. It's a beautiful thing to bridge that gap and finally have something for the youngins to play. But of course, let me know what you guys think about this collection in the comment section below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Now that the collection video is over and done with, time to get cracking on that Kingdom Hearts 4 video. Oh my god, oh my god. See you guys soon, and stay awesome.